everyone, or whatever is left of everyone. My name is Harshni. I run the India business for Uniphore, and I always start by saying this, right? I have three great passions in life: Manchester United, filter coffee, and customer experience, not particularly in that order. So I always love coming anywhere and talking about CX. And what we have here is a little off-piece to whatever was spoken before, because we strongly believe that the future of enterprise AI is human, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I know, if this was slightly later in the day, we could have had a drinking game. Every time somebody says generative AI, take a shot, we'll all be super drunk. So let's talk through that, right? Now, before we start, I want to start off with, I always like starting with a little anecdote, right? Before I was at Uniphore, I was at a different company called Cloud Cherry, and there was this large deal that I was trying to close. And we had hired a new head of delivery, and that was his first week on the job, and then we went to this meeting. We came back, and then it was a very complicated deal, and he says, Harshni, we have to face it. I'm like, yes, Unni, I agree, we have to face it. And then we both walked out of that meeting, me thinking that he is going to take a phased approach, while he thought he was talking about FACE, face it, this deal is never going to close. This was two people, and right? So even between two people, conversations can be so complicated. So imagine how complicated it can be at a large enterprise, right? And this is a little study we did with Forrester, which showed us this. The first one is very interesting. 69% of customers want to resolve as much as possible in self-service. So I'm the perfect poster child for app-based everything. I don't want to talk to a human being at all when I'm doing my banking. But my father, he was a banker all his life. Every 27th of every month, he goes to the bank, takes his passbook, gets it stamped. Only then he believes that his pension is credited into the account, right? So any enterprise AI solution you have must cater to both. So that's the first one. The second and third one is more focused towards agents, where contact centers are a constant revolving door of agents. They come in, and even before their training is finished, you see attrition. So what can we do to make our agents' lives easier? And we actually did speak to a lot of agents here, and 88% of them believe that AI along with them is the answer. I'm not going to talk about anything that you can just Google and find out. Please Google what is Uniphore. You'll get the history, investors, customers, everything. So let's skip through that, shall we? But I want to talk about what it is that we do. Any enterprise has customers interacting with you through multiple different touch points. And what Uniphore does is we are present at every one of these touch points to elevate conversation, right? So I'm going to go back. And why is that important is because of this, right? So everybody before me also spoke about information arbitrage, data being siloed. I summarized this in one line. In God we trust, everybody else please bring data. But it's not just enough to bring data, it's enough, it needs for the data sets to talk to each other and make sense. Right now, these are the three biggest problems that we see. Everybody has data, they just don't know what to do with it. So instead of talking more, I'm going to actually go play a cool video with Tom Cruise in it. So by default, that's a cool video. I think the minute I saw You Know What School, a $1 trillion company, that's when I knew my sales targets were double for the year. All right, so I'm going to break it down. I didn't know we were using generative AI. I didn't know we were using LLMs, or what the hell LLMs were even, to be honest, until we were in Vegas for our sales kickoff 2 months ago, and I'm very proud of myself for being able to remember what was spoken then. So we use generative AI, right? Now, ChatGPT for us is an iteration of generative AI. Nobody is going to go to the website of Axis Bank and ask, what time is the Indigo flight, landing? So any generative AI that is there for a particular enterprise needs to be customized, and that's essentially what we do. There are 4 things that we do. Let's talk through that really quickly. So you self-serve, what we call. That is your straightforward voice bot, chat bot, visual IVR. That is the garden variety one, but we're better. So the second part is actually very, very interesting, which is our conversational analytics. So what this does, so I used to come, like I said, from the voice of the customer space. And if we had a 5% response rate on a survey, that was cause for celebration. What UAnalyze does is takes that and makes it 100%. So it is going to analyze every interaction that has been had between a customer and a brand from the lens of CX, from the lens of agent performance, from a quality automation perspective, from a compliance perspective, everything, right? That is what UAnalyze does. But for me, my favorite of all of this is QSS, because I started my career, and a lot of us started a career in the contact center, and I wish I had this when I worked there, because what QSS does is, it is a real-time AI tool that is going to listen to both what the agent is saying and what the customer is saying, and help the agent with guided workflows. For example, if it knows that this customer is a frequent traveler, he loves traveling, it is going to tell the agent, you might want to upsell this Forex card, and it's going to give him all the flow. Let's say the customer then asks a question. We all hate this, and the agent says, ma'am, can I put you on hold while I go fetch this information? What USS does, it lives, it is taking us to a world where that never happens, because in real time, it is going to listen to all the conversation, integrate with your knowledge base, and bring in any information that the customer is asking for to the agent's fingertips. But most importantly, it also automates all the post-call work that an agent now does, right? I was at a meeting with a bank this morning, and they said, hey, our biggest problem is when an agent disposes calls. A call back is disposed as, don't ever call me back. Or, don't ever call me back is disposed of as customer it showed interest, right? So this automates all that process. And UCapture really is a single source of truth. Again, large enterprises have multiple contact center platforms. You'll have one for inbound, one for sales, one for outbound, and so on and so forth. This integrates all that data across all your different systems of record into one place. And did that go through? All right. Where does generative AI come in? And I think somebody at the panel also spoke about this, that I think it was the editor of ET, I forgot his name, but he said that he sees machines replacing AI, right? Humans. We actually believe the opposite. We think that without humans, there is no AI, because what is happening right now is we have self-serve. We have AI, but that is actually happening only for the simplest customer journeys. Where we want to get to is AI-enabled journeys. Does not mean that, for example, let's take collections, right? Let's say a bot is calling to remind somebody, hey, your payment's coming through, and this person says, I lost my job, or my baby is sick. The AI will never be able to show empathy or respond to that person. AI cannot detect sarcasm. So there are some things best left to humans. So the way we envisage this is a combination of the two. And all of this, I don't know how many of you all have kids, so Legos are the bane of my existence. I continuously keep stepping onto them, and I continuously keep spending a significant portion of my salary on them for my 12-year-old son. But if you have used Legos, you know that it comes with this little rectangular piece, and then you start building on top of it. Well, think of the X platform as the rectangular piece, but you cannot step on it, right? This houses all our IP, whether it is our, our speech recognition, whether it's our behavioral AI. And my favorite out of this is tonal analysis. Again, I'll hark back to my son. If my son comes and tells me, oh my God, that is sick, it means something entirely different from if I say, oh my God, that is sick. Right? So it is the same exact thing, but the tone with which it is said, the context of the demographic of the person that is saying it is super critical to really understand the intent of that conversation, right? So all of this exists within our X platform, and all the products that you saw before this consume these, these IPs in order to deliver final output, right? And what we also have is what we call solution packs, and what these do is, so if you're a bank and you want a solution for collections, then there is a cocktail of the different products and the different elements of the different products that sort of work together to deliver conversational AI for collections in a bank. Similarly, if you are a healthcare company who comes and says that I want something for revenue cycle management, again, there is a different flavor of the AI. It cannot be one size fits all. It has to be absolutely bespoke. Right? So we have what we call the X platform also has these packs that can plug and play to your enterprises, right? And this is actually my last slide. And again, this is something really close to my heart because I come from the CX world. You saw the agent experience that we have, the agent assist solution. And the reason why a cocktail of all these different things is critical is not only does it help reduce operational costs because it's going to help your agents be more efficient, get off calls faster, and really deliver a better experience to your customers, what it does is it removes all the noise from whatever the agent is doing. The AI does the heavy lifting so that the agent can focus only on the one thing that matters, and that is the customer. Eventually, that means that it is better revenue and exceptional CX. So I hope that was helpful. I'm happy to talk more. I think we're somewhere there. You'll find us. We are all neon pink and orange, so you'll find us in the crowds. Thank you very much. I'm good on time. So. And I am definitely going to kill that plant you're going to give me, by the way, for sure. No amount of AI is going to help me save that.
That's by taking back to Bangalore.